Alright, I'm going to walk you through shapes and drawings. Today you'll learn how to use variables to name multiple sprites and use parameters to change how the shape sprites look. This activity shows an example of the program you might build. Read the instructions to get started. Today we'll create an image using shapes from Shapes section of the toolkit. Click Run to see an example that house will create in this lesson. After you watch the fish swim, click on the ticket. Answer the do now questions. What shape make up the house? The square, rectangle, and triangle. Can you tell which parts of the code are connected to each shape? What are some clues that you can use to figure out which shape goes with which line of code? It names the shapes. Right here it says rectangle, triangle, and rectangle is for the door. Submit and next. Alright, shapes are objects that we can add to the stage just like sprites. Click on Shapes and find the circle and drag it into your code. Click Run to see your changes. Click Submit to turn in. Click Next to move on. The number in the words, went on too fast. Let's change some things about our circle. Look at the code and notice the gray text above it right here. This comment, it's called a comment, tells us what each parameter in the circle controls. X, 0, Y, 0, diameter 100, and color is blue. Comments are gray and have a hashtag in front of them. The comment is only for you to read. The program ignores it. Find the x coordinate and change it to -150. Submit and next. Alright, look at the circle and the gray comment again. The comment tells us that the second number is the y coordinate. Change the circle's y coordinate to 175. 75. Remember, the gray text isn't our code, it's a comment and the computer ignores it. Do not change the gray comment. Alright, look at the code and the comment again. The third parameter is the diameter of the circle. Change the diameters to 75. So x, y, diameter to 75. Parameters are the numbers and words inside the parentheses that control what our circle looks like. Click Run to see your changes, then click Submit, then click Next. Alright, let's make our sprite look like the sun by making it gold. Change the color to gold. So I'm going to take out blue, make sure you leave the parentheses, the quotes, and turn it into gold. Click Run to see your changes. The fourth parameter in the circle is the shape's color. The name of the color, like gold, is a word or string that must have quotations around it. Right, in this activity, interactive activity, you'll learn about how we use variables to refer to sprites. In the lesson, you'll use variable names to refer to the different shapes. A variable is a name that stores a value. Click Run to see the animation. Follow the instructions on the stage to complete the activity. In this demo activity, you'll learn about a new way to name sprites in your program. Click to continue, so I'm going to click down here. This line of code creates a sprite. Click on each part of the diagram to learn more. So this is the variable name. It is in orange. This is the variable name. We use this name to assign actions to sprites. This is the codester tool. This is a codester tool. It creates a sprite object on the stage. And this is the image label. This is a label used to get a certain image from the codester image library. We can use variables to name our sprites. Then we can use the variable name to assign actions to our sprites. Click on the variable name to change it. So I'm going to change it. That's right. Now our sprite's name is Wilbur. We'll use that name to assign a command. Click on the variable name. It says, oh no, our command uses the variable's name Sprite, but our character's name is Wilbur. Click on the variable name in front of the command to change it to Wilbur. That's right. Our sprite named Wilbur turns 360 degrees. So these have to match. If our sprite is named Wilbur and we want our sprite to turn right, we have to name it Wilbur too. Alright, check for understanding. Here are a few questions for you to check what you've learned. Answer the questions to the right by clicking on the correct answer. Look at the code in the editor. What's the sprite's variable name? It's Addie. What is the sprite's image name? Person1. What is the best definition of a variable? A name that stores a value? Yes. A tool that brings a sprite to the stage? No. An image from the codesters library? No. It's A. Alright, let's try changing the variable name of our sprite. Every sprite and every shape has a variable name. The name of the shape is the orange word before the equal sign. The name is a label that we can use to call the shape. In this example, the circle shape is named Sprite. Change the name to Sun. The name should not have quotations around it, and it should appear orange like this. Warning, this program has a bug, which means we need to fix it. Rules, sprites need unique variable names. We use those names to assign actions to each sprite. Click Run and watch the stage to see what happens. It says, did you name the sprite with the toucan image Sam? So debug the program so the sprite with the toucan image is named Sam. So this needs to be Sam. And the sprite with the panther should be named Smokey. And then change the variables in front of the glide to commands so that each sprite goes to the correct place. So this one's going to be Sam, and this one's going to be Smokey. That's right. Alright, let's draw a house. We'll start by drawing a shape. Click on Shapes and drag out the square to the bottom of your program. Run, submit, and next. Always push run, submit, and next. We should give each shape its own name or variable. Change the shape square's variable name to house. So we want this to be house. Remember, a shape's variable name is the orange word before the equal sign. Click run to check your work. Submit, and next. Let's change the location of the house. Change the square's y coordinate. So x and then y, -125. Press run, press submit, press next. Look at the gray comment to see which parameter controls the width of the square. Change the width of our square to 250. So here's the x, here's the y, and this one needs to be 250. Click run to see your changes. Click submit. Click next. To finish off the base of our house, let's change the square's color. Change the color to purple. The color parameter is a string. It should be green and surrounded by quotes. Alright, warning, this program has a bug and we need to fix it. We're trying to draw a rectangle, but it has the wrong height. Rule, you should use comments to determine which parameter match with which value. Click run to see what's wrong. Try increasing the height parameter. Debug the program so it's drawing a rectangle with a height of 200. So x, y, width, and then height is right here. We need this to be 200. Click run after you have made a change to test your program, submit, and then next. Let's put a roof on our house. Click shapes and drag in a triangle to the bottom of your program. Change this triangle's variable name to roof. Since this triangle is the roof of our house, we're naming it roof in our program. Our roof doesn't quite cover the whole house. That's not good. Change the triangle size to 300. Look at the gray comment above the triangle code to see which parameter controls the size. So X, Y, and then this one's the size. I'm going to change it to 300. Let's put the roof at the top and change the color. Change the Y coordinate to 100. X, Y goes to 100, and we're going to make it green. Make sure that you change the correct parameter. Use the comment as a guide. Warning, this program has a bug, which means we need to fix it. Parentheses come in pairs. Click Run. It says, oop, unclose parentheses or bracket starting on line 1. Yep, we need a parentheses. It will be hard to get into our house without a door. Click on Shapes, find the rectangle, and drag it into your program. Change the rectangle's name to Door. Run, submit, and next. Now let's change the door to fit our house. Change the width to 75 and change the height to 150. X, Y, width to 75 and the height to 150. Make sure you're using the comments to find the correct parameter. Now our door looks like the right size and shape, but we have to move it around. Click on Actions and drag a Go To. And we're going to name it Door. Change the name in front of the Go To Door. You can use a shape's variable name to assign it a certain action on the stage. In this case, we'll tell the door to go to a certain location. Alright, so our go-to command also has parameters. It uses an X and Y coordinate to control where the shapes goes. Change the X coordinate to 0 and change the Y coordinate to negative 175. Alright, check for understanding. Here are a few questions for you to check what you've learned. Click Run to watch the stage. Use the code in the editor to answer the questions. What is the location of the circle? It's right here, the X and Y. What is the diameter? That's this one, it's 100. And what is the variable name for the circle? It's right in front, it's Sprite. They haven't changed it. Alright, extend. Now customize your house. Be sure to meet these minimum technical requirements. Add a background. So I like to always add my background up at the top. So I'm going to make some space right here. I just put my cursor right here and press enter a few times. So I'm going to make it spring to add my background. Change the color of at least one part of your house. I'm going to make the actual house, instead of purple, I'm going to do yellow. And then add a person or animal sprite. So let's do person 6. Change the variable name we use to refer to your sprite. So I'm going to name it Addie. Click Run. Click Submit. Click Next. Alright, on this one you're going to do you can look at the example and do your own. I really want you just to do your own. You can look at the example to see what code you need and make it your own.